Never tell me the odds.
Hey everyone, what's going on? This is Cubs fan Han here to do yet another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Arena Battle. But in this episode of Arena Battle, I am going to be giving you some bonus content where I'm going to talk a little bit about territory battles. I can't resist. There's so much that came out on territory battles today. I hope that you watched Arnold Mobile Gamer and Warrior's videos on territory battles, breaking them down. Man, I sure wish that I could be bringing you that kind of exclusive content. I'm not a game changer at this point. Hopefully I will be soon, but in the meantime I'm not, so you're gonna have to go over to those channels to check it out. It's great stuff and it is really exciting. But first, let me give a quick shout out to my friends over at gaming-fans.com. Go ahead and check them out. They're also on Twitter at gamingfansdfn, and I do gotta also give a quick shout out. College football is starting this week for all you Americans. My team is BYU. We're starting a game against Portland State this week, and then next week we play LSU. So wish everyone luck in college football this season. Hopefully it's a great season. All is right in the world. We've got new content coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and college football is beginning. This is good stuff. And my Cubs are in first place in the National League Central, so can't really get any better than that. But at any rate, let's get into a little bit of this territory battle information. I am not going to be giving you all of the breakdowns because Arnold Mobile Gamer and Warrior have all done that for you. But I do want to share with you some of my thoughts on the subject. If you look here on the forums, we already saw this territory battles map, which is a lot different than what we're used to in raids. It's a lot less linear. Raids, it's just phase 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we've got several different routes that we can take. And then we've also got options to deploy characters, which is a new way to think about using your characters. When you deploy your characters, you are not going to use them in battle. You are going to deploy them. I think Warrior mentioned that it was sort of like putting them in a bucket. And then it is going to be basically taking their galactic power or whatever, what have you. I forget exactly what you call it, to help contribute towards a star for that territory battle. And then also we have these abilities. This here we're seeing the ion cannon mission, where you get to send platoons to the front lines. It's kind of a similar thing to deploying, and you're going to have certain characters that you can put in there and certain characters that you can't. So what the guild leaders here are going to need to manage is what characters are going to go where, what aren't you going to need in battle, because when you deploy a character or when you use them in ion cannon missions or platoon missions, you are not going to be actually using them in battle for those combat missions or those special missions. Now, Warrior was nice enough to let me use this graphic that he put together. This is showing you where all of those are. At the top here, you've got deployment or platoon missions. That's where you're going to be able to build up that ion cannon or what have you. The deployment icon is here in the middle. That's where you're going to deploy characters. And the actual battle missions, where you're actually going to be using your characters in battle, are in the combat missions. So this is a little bit overwhelming at first, and I certainly, when I was watching the videos, I was pretty overwhelmed. But fortunately, after talking to Warrior a bit about this, he gave me this graphic. I think this was in his video even, to show basically just a general breakdown of how you should prioritize this. Number one is to do a couple of special and combat missions, and you use your best teams first. So you're going to take care of the actual combat. That's where you actually need those strength ability, the strength of your characters in those combat missions. And then you're going to drop off your leftovers into a platoon mission and then deploy remaining unused troops into territories. So something that Warrior stressed that I really like to hear, that really put my mind at ease, because when I first saw this, I was thinking, holy cow, this is going to be for super guilds only, and we're going to be left in the dust if we're not in super strong guilds. Now, I'm in a strong guild, but I'm pretty worried about, all of you guys who are out there, maybe not in as powerful of a guild. How are you going to feel about territory battles? And he really stressed that there is something for everybody in territory battles. You're going to be able to get rewards. Maybe you won't get everything at first, but you'll have a lot to work towards, which I have no problem with. But you're still going to be able to get rewards. Even underpowered guilds are going to be able to participate, enjoy, and reap rewards from territory battles. So, a lot to come on this. Again, please, for a detailed breakdown, go ahead and check out Warrior Mobile Gamer and Arnold's channels, because they have awesome breakdowns on the full extent of territory battles, and even have some gameplay footage there, which is really cool to see. But whatever the case is, I hope you guys are excited. I know I am getting super pumped. We have been waiting so long for new content, and it looks like this is very soon. I know that a developer has said that this is hitting very, very soon. A lot of the speculation, the word on the street, I guess, is that it's probably a week from this Friday. I do not know exactly when it's going to hit, but that is my hope that we will be seeing this this coming a week from tomorrow, if you will, so we can get started on territory battles. So, getting to the main subject of this video, which is an arena battle. Now, I filmed a battle against a Ackbar-led team in my arena shard, and when I initially filmed this battle, my whole intention here was to show you why Ackbar was not back. Because I thought, Ackbar, who is Ackbar? He's kind of squishy, he doesn't work that well. I just didn't see him working very well. Even though I know that, maybe it was McMull or one of those guys, put together a video showing you how Ackbar worked really well on offense. I thought that was fine, but I thought it'd be pretty easy to beat on defense. That is not necessarily the case. And if you look here at some of the mods on this team that I'm fighting here, his Ackbar has 202 speed, and he's pretty squishy, only 17k protection and health. Taking a look at his R2-D2, his R2-D2 is decently fast, 261, but really not the fastest R2-D2 in the world, 33k protection, pretty decent, and he does have his Zeta on combat analysis and number crunch. Taking a look at his Ezra Bridger, who he's got on this team, his speed is up at 228, which is pretty good for Ezra. Not God mods by any means, that's still only 91 speed secondary that is added on there. And then if you look at his General Kenobi, he's got 219 speed, again, pretty decent, but not the best out there, and pretty tanky, of course. And then his Commander Luke Skywalker, only 86 speed added to him at 238 speed. So let me just walk you through this battle and show you kind of what makes this team actually just really good and challenging to fight. Now, the reason why this team is going to work so well together is because of Ackbar's leadership ability. And because he hasn't been in the meta for so long, some of you might not be aware of exactly what that leadership is. So let's take a look at that. His Rebel leadership ability is called Rebel Coordination. Rebel allies have plus 25% speed and plus 10% tenacity. In addition, whenever an ally uses an ability that isn't an attack, they call a Rebel ally to assist. So when you are running him with a lot of Rebels, you're going to get tons of assists whenever you are using an ability that isn't an attack. Notice that it's not a Rebel ally, it's just any ally that uses an ability that isn't an attack. And that is going to call every Rebel to assist. And you'll notice there that they took my General Kenobi out, and my Thrawn is almost dead already, and I've barely had any turns. They've got almost full protection. This team is whipping me right now. And this is particularly impressive when you consider that my team actually has pretty dang good speed on it. My Commander Luke, let's see here, he's got 246 speed on him. My R2-D2 is up there at 255. My Nihilus is up here at 215 speed. My Thrawn is all the way up at 267 speed. And then my General Kenobi has 212 speed. So my team overall is pretty evenly matched, probably faster than his team on most counts, and I'm still getting whipped because this Ackbar leadership just works so well with these characters. Now, there are different characters you can run this team with. In this case, he's just decided to run him with Commander Luke and R2-D2 and General Kenobi and Ezra. I think to make this work, you definitely need to see Commander Luke. He's going to make Ackbar very useful. And then R2-D2 as well, who's going to have that stealth and that number crunch that is going to boost the offense of your team. Ezra Bridger is a great option. I could easily see this Ezra Bridger being the swap out. Either you could put Leia in there, or you could put Raid Han in there. I think both of which would be good. I'd actually like to see what this looks like with Raid Han as well, but in this case, Ezra Bridger definitely works. But fortunately, in this case, I was able to turn the tide of this battle around and get the win. It was very dicey, though, at first. On defense, probably one of the hardest teams I've faced in a long time. It really had me sweating bullets when I filmed this battle. I thought, oh crap, I'm going to lose. I was going to show you guys why this team wasn't good, and it ended up being one of the toughest teams that I've fought in a long time. So if you guys have Ackbar hanging around, maybe you farmed him on your for your ship, for your capital ship, don't neglect him. He might work really well in a Rebel set. My Ackbar isn't quite ready, so I'm going to stick with Commander Luke. but Ackbar is a great option to run with General Kenobi, R2, and Commander Luke, and then throw out a fifth, either Princess Leia, Ezra Bridger, or Raid Han, and I believe you'd have a very viable team in the top of your arena shards. But whatever the case is, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are as stoked as I am for territory battles. We have new content coming to this game, and it is coming soon. I hope it is going to be a week from Friday like people seem to be speculating. I am going to be definitely doing plenty of videos on guides on how to strategize for territory battles. Something I'm particularly interested in is what are your guild leaders going to need to be doing to coordinate territory battles. Once I have that kind of nailed down, I will be sure to give some advice on what you can be doing as a guild leader if you are a guild leader or guild officer. And then, of course, what you need to strategize with as a guild member so that you can maximize your rewards in territory battles. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. I don't know if you noticed, I crossed over 1,500 subscribers. That is so cool. Thank you so much. I'm really excited about my progress here. And if you liked the video, please be sure to share, comment, subscribe, all of that jazz. And don't